Okay, just got through with episode 7, Much Ado About Boimler. Although really Boimler's not the focus of this one, it's more really to do with Mariner and a little bit of backstory there as we meet one of Mariner's old friends at the academy, who is now a captain. So that'll tell you, just how big a fall Mariner's taken. And of course, another town in California was we meet the USS Rubido. I'm familiar with Rubido. There's a really nice comic shop in Rubido. I visited quite a bit. And of course, the fireworks display every 4th of July was off Mount Rubido. My roommate at the time called it the annual burning of Mount Rubberduck. But let's see. We get Boimler trying to help out Rutherford with the transporter modification he's making. Works at first, but then it's like, whoopsie, and these Boimler kind of transparent and glowing for a while. He's not quite fully transported yet, so they managed to get the sound down for a while, but otherwise it's like that through most of the episode. And Tendi creates a dog without ever really knowing what a dog was in the first place. So it's displaying all kinds of weird traits and transformations, and they get shoved up, to a ship to go to the farm, which is where they take all the people who have been in, scientific, various weird space type accidents type thing. You got in there. We meet our first Adojin since the animated series. Although this guy is nothing like Eric's. This guy's very mean and doesn't sound. Maurice LaMarche brought in for the voice in that, and he's sounding more like the Brain than he is, Eric's. And rather malevolent, actually, because it looks like, they're supposed to be going to the farm. But the suspicion on one of the transportees, let's say, is that the ship is the farm. That's it. They just wander around and pick up stories. Eventually they get resolved. But meanwhile, back on the Cerritos, that's it. We got, while Captain Freeman and Drax and Ransom are off doing somehow a covert operation involving plants. Whatever. That may have been a sales pitch to sell it to take on the mission. Yeah, we got Mariner's old friend come on board to temporary command with a few of her officers. And they have to go, they were doing something originally, but they have to go bail out the USS Rubido. I wonder what's going on there. Apparently the Rubido has problems because she talks about having to save Captain Dayton's ass again. These California class ships get into trouble all the time, apparently. And various hijinks. I don't want to spoil anything on this one because really, see for yourself. But we all kind of learned that Mariner is basically, she's on the Cerritos pretty much to try and find herself because she, back then, she was a top-notch, top of the class of the academy. They expected her to be the first one in her class to make captain. So it's kind of like, and she's goofing off and then screwing up here, trying to do a long-range scans with the red alert, and just can't quite manage her boots. But when the crisis hits, suddenly she snaps to and is, Starfleet's best again. So the captain, all right, where the hell was this Mariner? Where the hell were you for the past week? And some people are focusing on, apparently, yes, there is a window on the bridge of the thing. So much for being, okay. I will give it this much, because the Cerritos is a very different ship than the other ones we've seen. It's an engineering support vessel. It's also much smaller than any of the ships. It's about probably the size of the Enterprise A. About the size of a Constitution-class ship. And then part of the, it's like an interview with Mike McMahon on Trek Yards, explaining why such a small ship has such a massive warp core. I mean, bigger than we saw the Enterprise E. This is a support vessel. Even saying second contact really isn't accurate because these guys come in and they really do the grunt work of setting places up. And part of the reason for the massive warp core is if you're setting up a colony or some other place, and you basically got to jump start the place, you need a massive warp core. Or I suspect the California class was originally a tug thing, and the container would fit right in between the saucer and that lower pod and slide right in there. You're towing a bunch of stuff. You better have a massive warp core. And then these things have been thought out. This isn't just random happenstance. Oh, that is cool. No, they really have thought this out. There's even a rationale behind why the registry number is on the back of the saucer instead of up front. Partially because they're going to be towing other vessels, and you could have it in the back where the friendlies will see you, and not just out for some rounding to read. And so in that situation, it might make a little more sense to have the option of there being a window on the bridge where you just, disable the screen thing and you can just see out. For a regular Starfleet, no, it wouldn't make any sense for that. But, okay, just download a movie. But for a close-in support vessel like the Cerritos and that California class, it makes as much sense as it makes sense having windows on a runabout. And you got windows on runabouts and shuttles. So the closer in you got to work, you don't necessarily want the screen to go out at that moment. Other bigger vessels like the Starboard and Galaxy, they don't necessarily work close in like the Cerritos would. So it would make a little more sense in that situation to have a window on the bridge. You don't use it very often, but it's good to know it's there when you need it. So let's not be jumping. And again, it's another case of jumping on superficial little details to try and knock it and ignoring the bigger issues at hand here. Oh, and also we see another old movie-style uniform with the gray shoulders and the turtlines. Makes me wonder, how long has this guy been on this ship? But overall, they are finding their rhythm here, and they're starting to explain Mariner a bit. And she's not a Mary Sue. She has been some things. Okay, this is a damaged person. Okay, she's got a crisis of confidence type thing. Because otherwise, she'd be Coranian. At least the Cerritos, probably something else. But I got the Midnight's Edge review on hold. They didn't sound terribly enthused, so I imagine they'll be going, see, a window. It's Kurtzman train. No. They have a window. Okay. Sometimes a window is just a window, okay? And I imagine if you're able to nail Mike McNamara down, I think it'd be the same thing. It's not the Enterprise. It's not even Voyager. It's a close-in support vessel. You're going to want to be able to see what's actually out there and not what the computer's telling you is out there. So with that, PayPal, Patreon down below. We really could use the help here, guys, because we just went through a little patch where some of the benefits were, I think they've finally been reactivating it, so we have to get some more food. But we got some overdrafts going on here. We got to get some money in here. So
I just had another overdraft.
Yeah, and we got no way to clear it. So as it stands this week, we can probably cover what bills we have for next month, but won't be able to do diddly squat else. So if we can get some I guess I was doing this live. I might do live later to hawk for super chats, but for right now, share, like, pass it around, and like I said, PayPal, Patreon, Subscribe Star down below. It'd be really nice to get the views for this month up enough to be able to get a check of the 20th, but that's unlikely at this point. So prove me wrong, readers, viewers. Come on, and we will catch you later.